Okay, hello everyone. Uh, Today I'd like to cover a very important point of grammar in English. Passive voice is um, is almost everywhere. They use it as to simplify things. Sometimes it's more natural in English uh, than direct active voice that we might be more familiar with. Uh, let's look at a simple sentence as crocodiles eat zebras, right? Uh, it's There is one subject and an object in the sentence. In passive voice, the whole structure of the sentence uh, will change. Everything goes to the other place. Subject goes to the end of the sentence, and the object will be subject. So it goes, the zebras goes to the uh, first position of the sentence. The verb will change a lot, and at the end of the story, you get a sentence like zebras are eaten by crocodiles. What happens here is the verb has got a, a be Sherpa, a be helper. Remember the word Sherpa we used for that. Uh, Am, is, are, was, were verb here, and the main verb gets the third dictionary form, changes into the third form. Uh, you might be asking why we need the third form of the verb now. Here is why. In passive voice, this is one of the main use of the third form of the verbs. So when we come to studying the three forms of the verbs, and they come on and on, a lot of them, many of them, some of them irregular, some of them not, uh, and you wonder why we need the third form. Now we are using the third form for passive voice. Okay, this is um, uh, why it is useful. So look at sentences like "I love you," "the cat climbs up the tree," "your granny gives you a present," just the way as crocodiles eat zebras. Um, the point here is uh, who loves you, who climbs up the tree, or who gives you the present, uh, uh, loses the focus in a way. It's not, might not be important, or as you will see later, it is especially important. Uh, so when you restructure the sentence just the way as we saw at the crocodiles eat zebras, if I love you, then you are loved by me, if you like, but that part can be omitted from the sentence. You are loved by me. Zebras are eaten. Sometimes that's the fate of the zebras. Sometimes they are eaten. Who eats them might not be very important. Okay? The tree is climbed up. Now somebody is in the tree. It might be a cat. Okay? Then the tree is climbed up by the cat. If uh, just leave out the granny from the story, it's not so important. The present is important. Then the present is given. But you can just say the present is given to you by your granny. Okay? Or because uh, the present is the direct or direct object. Uh, it could be a recipient object that goes into passive. So you are given a present. That's the recipient. You uh, are the one who gets the present, right? Receives the present. That can also go to a passive sentence. Okay. Sometimes you might not even realize it is a passive sentence that you have already used. Uh, Probably the first sentence, one of the first sentences you learned when you began English is, "What's your name? How old are you? And when or where were you born?" And you nobody told you that it is also a passive voice. If you look at the same thing in active voice, probably it will sound very unnatural. And if it is, you are right. Who bore you? Who gave you birth? Who gave you life? Of course, your mother did. So we usually don't mention mother in this sentence because we know who did, right? Who gave you life? Who bore you? That was your mother. So the person who did that, the agent, doesn't need to be in the sentence. Okay. So if I asked, when did your mother bear you? When did your mother um, deliver you? When did your mother give you life? It is actually a correct English sentence. It is very sophisticated, though. Very unnatural. Doesn't sound natural English. We don't say that. We could also say, my mother bore me, and so on. So here, uh, it's just unnatural. So we don't actually use it that way. Instead of my mother bore me, and this year, we know who bore me, so we don't have to uh, mention it is my mother. We just say, I was born. Of course, I was born by my mother. So that's a passive sentence, actually. We do use it. We use it a lot. Okay. Uh, in many cases, we just don't know, or we just don't want to say, or it is not important. It's not relevant, not important. Who did or does um, what we are talking about. Somebody sings the song. Okay. If somebody sings the song, the point is the song, somebody sings it. So I'm sure this song is sung. Okay. Sung is the third form of singing, right? Somebody sings the song. We don't know who sings it, or I just don't want to mention who sings it. It's okay, but the song is sung. People sing it. Some people sing the song. Okay. Or everybody knows, everybody says, so everybody, uh, uh, if people just say it, then it is said, right? Somebody teach me English. If I am taught English, um, I might just say, I might just mention that I go to school and there are English classes in the school. Who the teacher is might not be important, but there are English classes, so they teach me English. Okay, English is taught to me, and two different kinds of objects in the sentence, English and me. Or in this school, some people learn English, some people learn German, but nevertheless, somebody learns. We don't list names there, but some of the students learn English. Then English is learned. Okay, that's also third form of learn. Somebody reads the book. There is a book, and we know it is interesting enough for some people to read it. Okay, you can buy the book. You can, and so we see somebody buys them. So somebody probably reads the book. I don't know who reads this book, but the book is read. The book is read. Okay, many times in the world, when you look around and you see things like signs on shop windows saying English is spoken in the shop. Tourists may not be interested who speaks English in the shop. They just go there, buy some souvenirs, right? And then they don't care who the person is, but there is somebody who speaks English in the shop. Or look at the book. This book is about a true story. It is based on a true story. When they made the book, they took a true story to base the book on, right? So it is based on a true story, and you probably saw. I'm sure you saw many times signs on products, uh, gadgets, uh, clothes, uh, saying where that product was made. It is made in China. It is made in Europe. This jacket is made in Italy. Okay, so made is the third form of make. That's why it is a it is in passive voice now. Okay, sometimes we emphasize the person who does it because it is important, and that's why we put. This is a funny thing. Usually, you put the most important thing to the end of English sentences. So when you want to say the person who directed the movie is important, then we just put this to the end of the sentence. We could say it is John Ford that directs the movie, but it is much more natural in English to say the movie is directed by John Ford, who illustrates this book, Judith Southern. The book is illustrated by her, okay? Or there's a story written by Stephen King, who writes the story, who directs the film based on the story. Okay? Uh, then in these cases, it is especially important. It's not only in formal signs that you read. It, it might happen in everyday English, I was wondering who sings the song Waka Waka. There's the song Waka Waka. Who sings it? Shakira sings it. Shakira is a singer, and Shakira, it is Shakira that sings Waka Waka. But it's it's nicer, more natural to say Waka Waka is sung by Shakira. So Shakira is the most important um, message of the sentence. Who sings Waka Waka? Waka Waka is sung by Shakira. Uh, or who writes the Harry Potter books? Who writes them? Harry Potter is written by J.K. Rowling, because she writes them. Who teaches you English? Oh, this person is the smartest teacher, and that's the most important message in this sentence. Uh, it is actually the smartest teacher in the town that teaches me English, right? So I am taught by the smartest teacher. Or we could order pizza, but usually it's my mom that cooks. They don't want me to cook. I'm not a very good cook, so in my family, my mom cooks, right? When it's about the dinner, who cooks the dinner? The dinner is cooked by my mom. The dinner is usually cooked by my mom. Did you know Filipinos speak Tagalog language? Uh, this is a funny language. Tagalog is spoken by them. Tagalog is the language that is spoken by Filipinos in the Philippines, the Philippine Islands. Okay. Now we saw some sentences in simple present, in present simple, but it's not only present simple that we can use passive voice in. It could be just any of the possible uh, verbal tenses. I am singing the song is, for example, present continuous. And in passive voice, it will look like the song. The song is being sung at the moment. Somebody is singing the song. I am singing the song. The song is being sung. The song is being sung. Some people said it in past simple, past. So it was said then. It was said. Or future, future simple. Somebody will teach me English next year as well. Don't know who, but somebody will. So the point is, I will be taught English. Okay. Future. Woman drove the car. Who drove the car? The car was driven by a woman. Okay. Or you can put some other Sherpas in the sentence, some helpers like can, not only will, would, may, and so on, modal auxiliaries. And then you can say somebody can read the book. If somebody can read the book, anybody can read the book, then the book can be read. Okay, so that's also a be form there, can be, with a Sherpa. You may ask why the signs usually don't use the be verb. The sign that says made in Italy. Remember that? English spoken here. Sometimes it is just because it's a sign and it is simplified, but but the be verb, the am is our verb, is needed in full sentences. Now, what if you just don't use it in a full sentence, like I am listening to the song that Shakira sings, and I want to put a sentence together that says this song is what Shakira sings. That is the song sung by Shakira, right? So I am listening to the song, which song. Okay, so here in Sung by Shakira is not a sentence. That's not a full sentence. It's just part of the sentence. It's a post modifier that says which song we are talking about. Right? It's an adjective. Which song? The song sung by Shakira. Okay. She's reading a drama which Shakespeare wrote. Which drama? The drama written by Shakespeare. Okay. So that's why it's not the drama is written by Shakespeare, because it's not a full sentence. Just part of the sentence there. The sentence is there. She is reading. Okay. Written by Shakespeare is just a post modifier. This is an adventure movie. Which adventure movie? Which one? The one that was directed by Steven Spielberg, or even more simply, an adventure movie directed by which one? The movie directed. Okay. We eat the dinner that my mom cooks. Which dinner? Which dinner? The dinner that my mom cooks. So that's the dinner cooked by my mom. And finally, Tagalog is a language. Which language? Tagalog is a language, okay? But what language is it? Which language is it? That this is a language spoken by Filipinos in Manila. Manila is the capital city of the Philippines. Uh, the Filipinos speak Tagalog, then Tagalog is spoken by Philippines. All right. Uh, I think it's pretty simple at the end. It only needs a lot of practice, but with practice it will come. Okay, so finally, just as usual, your your homework assignment. Okay, we have some sentences here um, in active voice, right? Where you can see who does it. People in Austria speak German language. Um, of course, we are talking about Austria, so we don't have to also add by people or people who speaks it. The point is just in Austria, right? So make a new sentence in passive voice uh, to make it exactly mean the same thing. We call the buses and trains vehicles of public transportation. Who calls it is not so important. We call it, they call it, somebody calls it. Right? Englishmen drink tea with milk. If it is important to say by Englishmen, it's there, but how do you make it a passive sentence? Drink, drank, drunk. The third one is drunk. Okay, figure that out. If Ebel built the Budapest Opera, then the Budapest Opera, how to say it, Ebel built it. You can see Mona Lisa in the Louvre, and you can find the White House in Washington. You is a general you, and it doesn't. We don't need to actually claim it's you, right? And the point is Mona Lisa and the White House. Right? It will work. It will work. I trust you. Okay. Um, I'll be waiting for your solutions uh, to this homework assignment, and I wish you have fun with this work. Okay. See you soon with your own work.